Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another BTNeanderthal video. Today, we are covering the early access weekend that we had for the multiplayer beta, and there will also be the beta coming up soon on the 20th. That's an open beta, anybody can join for that, but this one was, pre-purchase or invite only, so all that stuff. Anyways, let's get into it. I will say, put your seatbelts on because we're gonna be diving in to a lot of things here. So, first thing I want to say is they added a lot of little nice quality of life things. Overall, the beta, I won't get into that yet. Overall, the beta was a little disappointing. I will say that, but they added a nice little bunch of things. We also saw cinematics, which are looking fantastic. Can't wait to see more cinematics as well. It does feel like Diablo 2 running underneath when things are working properly, which is great. They made some better improvements since the alpha. They have done some things. They also added options such as screen shake is being disabled, or the camera shake. So after you kill Duriel, or if you spawn Diablo, whatever it might be, the screen shake can be turned off, and I'm so thankful for this, because years and years it bothers me, and I'm really happy that it's gone now, if I wanted it to be. So I really like that. They also have the option to toggle loot, the item display. You don't have to hold it like the old days. You have a toggle, you have timed, however you want to play. That's a really cool option. You also have auto party, so if you have a friend joining up, you automatically party. I believe you can disable that as well if you wanted to. You can leave the party and junk like that. So that's kind of cool. Mercenary, this is... some of the stuff is kind of from the alpha as well, but, being able to see the skill level of the skills on your mercenary is pretty sick. But just something to note there. We also, the visuals look fantastic. I mean, look at this arcane sanctuary. I zoom out right here, and it looks freaking good. It's so good, man. So I will say, this is my favorite place, man. But, there's a lot of really fantastic visuals here. We have the hide game name and password. If I wanted to hide this, there's an option for this as well. I believe on the bottom, show game name and password. I was hoping that maybe... this is really great for content creators and stuff like that, but maybe if it was just password rather than game and password, that would be cool, or have an option for both would be nice. So that would be great. I will say the game is actually in a fairly decent state for specifically casual gamers that are going to be playing on the PC. I'm not sure about the console players, because I didn't play on console. From what I've heard, things were kind of maybe not quite as much as it should have been on the console, but as far as the controller support on the PC, that's actually kind of really buggy. It's kind of messy, so I'll get into that in a little bit. I want to continue about the good things before we dive deep into the nasty stuff. I will say, if you want to play casually, you want to play with your friends, have a good time, have fun, the game's doing great. You'll definitely have that with your friends. So, there are faster loading times since the alpha. There are fewer crashes since the alpha, and the stash is working better, than the alpha. Unfortunately, the global servers are not exactly what you might think they are, but we have the ability to play with your EU friends. It's just you have to exit out of the game, go to the launcher, change your region, then log back in, and then trade. So say someone's on the EU and you're on the Americas and you want to trade something, you have to meet up, then make a game, then trade after you close the game and change your region. I don't know, man. So I don't know. So let's what else we got here? We got gems are looking better. The cinematics, like I said, are fantastic. I cannot wait to see more of those. It does feel like D2 underneath when it works. And yeah, those are the pluses, I'd say. Gamble refresh. is great. That was in the alpha as well. It's kind of cool. And runes are looking really good. I'll show you the runes actually. So runes, they like made a change. They're less boxy, I'd say. Like look more like, you know, the runes from D2. The only thing I would say is like the Ort rune kind of looks a little weird. I made a Ort Sol lore here, but the Ort rune looks pretty big in comparison to like the old graphics. Like see the Ort rune there, and you see the Ort rune here. It's like massive. But anyways, yeah, I'd say they also have the shared stash, but it can be very buggy. It's very difficult to use. You can't even like, you know, withdraw, move your gold and stuff like that. You know, there's a lot of little bugs here. There's other things too, and these are my opinions and things I've seen as well. And mechanics have been changed about the game, such as the way that telekinesis works. For example, if I make a TP outside, you cannot do this in LOD, but if you go and make a TP outside and you want to go into town, you can TK the TP or telekinesis TP, and that is not something you can do in D2R. However, the crashing from alpha is gone now, so that's cool, but you're not supposed to be able to do that. So mechanics have changed in the game. There are, in that sense, I'm counting these as bugs. I'm hoping these are bugs. Apparently smite can be blocked is what I've heard. The strength bug is fixed, so you cannot any longer strength bug your character, like put an item with a lot of strength on, and then it kind of wears itself after you take off other pieces and stuff like that. Then the ethereal bug is changed and fixed, and it's like, I don't know, man. So there's a lot of little things that could go deeper in a bunch of stuff, but just want to let you know that it is buggy and there are mechanics. I don't personally feel like the game is actually running underneath, in the sense of like the mechanics behind there. Like swap casting's crazy. Macro Bio Boy, if you go check him out on YouTube, he has a video where he literally whirlwinds for like 5 maps and then hits a loading screen and freaking immediately teleports there with massive desync, and it's crazy. It's funny to watch, but like it's crazy what some of the things that are going on with. And swap casting works on BattleNet, far casting. Some skills work and some skills don't seem to work. So it's like, I don't know what's going on with that. The multiplayer lobby needs work, and I'll showcase that a little bit. We don't have some basic functions like being able to tab. Like I'm hitting tab right now. Say like I want to type in a game. You can't tab anymore. Every single time you join a game or create a game, or every time you create a game, you have to hit level difference, uncheck that so your friends can join if you're rushing or something. You know, there's no filter. Obviously this is a beta, so I am being nitpicky here, so bear with, but I'm just pointing out some things here. And yeah, this is it only shows a few games at once, so you have to like keep refreshing it by hitting create game and join game over and over to refresh, kind of like the old school days. So I feel like there are some steps backwards. Again, if I want to join a game, I can't hit tab, and then when I wanted to join the game, I can't even hit enter to join game like in the old school. You have to actually hit join game. There are fewer crashes, for sure. FTJ still exists. Realm Down is gone. And getting locked out is gone, but FTJ or failed to join, basically your character is in the game still on the servers. So you can't log in and play anything until your character is registered outside of that game that might have crashed or whatever. So that's a thing. And then we have... so this lobby kind of needs work. And then there's kind of the spam. It just doesn't even go away, man. It doesn't go away. And sometimes it stacks on top of itself. Like, I don't know what the heck's going on here. It just spams all day. And, yeah, it's not great. So... if I go make a game, when somebody joins your game, now I was talking about more about like the multiplayer stuff. When somebody joins your game, it's like hard to tell that they even joined the game. If they do not have auto party enabled, sometimes it doesn't even show up in the notifications. Like it's supposed to show up like down here. Sometimes it literally just doesn't even show up at all. And also, like, everything is displayed down here, like down this line. I think you should have the option to be able to display it like the old school days when it goes across the way like this with your party members, or down here. They just put everything here. You got the chat here. You have what is supposed to be your, you know, your chat for everything, your in-game notifications and stuff like that, but it's just not working all the time. And like sometimes you can't even tell, like I said, when people join your game or anything. So sound will just cut out here and there when it feels like it too. Oh, there we go. So yeah, there are some things that are in a rough state for sure. You cannot, if you plug in your controller on your PC and you want to play with controller support, you can't even join or create a game in the lobby. The lobby does not work with a controller, so that's rough. But you can play with the controller. It is buggy, very buggy, and a lot of the things from the alpha, this kind of goes across the board. A lot of things from the alpha that we reported back in the alpha or right after that are still in the game. However, you know, like I said, some of the loading screens are faster. They changed some things. Like, there are some differences since the alpha. Just, I feel like there's some basic bugs that should have been, you know, dealt with in the past 4 months, considering it's slightly longer than a month away for us to see the full game release. The full game release, which is not actually a full game release because the ladder is not being released with it. So ladder rune words are not a thing unless you're playing single player. So it's, which that's confirmed. It's just, it's not, it's good game. It's a good game, like I said, if you're casuals. It's a very concerning if you're super hardcore into Diablo 2 and you're going to play this game for thousands of hours like myself. And that's something that's, you know, a little bit scary. So we'll see how it all goes. There's some basic things like map indicators and stuff like that. So if you go into like the tower, see if we can find the tower real quick. Or actually, I won't even show you the tower real quick. I'll show you the one that's actually causing the problems here. The problems are, oh my god, I hit the wrong one. Thank you, Riker, for the raid. Appreciate it, man. Hope you had a good stream. Welcome, everybody. We're currently showcasing some of my feedback here. So, over here, we have these doors, right? How is a new player going to see all these doors? Like, well, obviously there's yellow on a red background. It's very, very small. But how are you supposed to see entrance and, like, exit when the whole entrance block... Like, I have all the entrance blocks memorized. So I know this. I know where this is. But, like, imagine you're farming a tomb with your friends or your buddies and you want to go to the next tomb or whatever without TPing back to town. It's like, where the heck do I go? Because you can't even see it. Like, it's such a small thing. And then on top of that, right, you go over to the tower. I'll actually go to the tower now. It's not actually consistent because they have the wide yellow and wide red areas that show you where the next level is, the previous level is, the different rooms and things like that at normal size, like back in LOD Legacy days. And I'll see if I can showcase that for you guys real quick. But basically, there's also some issues with lighting as well. Like, even with Legacy mode, when you switch graphics, it's not exactly how it is when you go boot up actual Diablo 2 Lord of Destruction. Like, there are some changes there, and I did showcase that throughout my stream. I'm not going to go too much into detail with all that stuff, but, let's see. Alright, so we got the tower here, and I'll show you an example. But, like, look at this. Look at how wide the entrances and exits are on the map now. Like, this is obvious that you can tell that this is a room, a door, and this is an entrance and exit. Yes, it's like pink, and the other area was a pink area on a red wall, so that's tough to see in general, but it's also like 2 or 3 times the size. So that is that's something that's a thing, and new players are gonna struggle with that. Is all I'm gonna say. So if you don't know the entrance blocks and stuff like that, it's just gonna be tough. But anyways, overall, I actually do like it. I had a lot of fun with it. I'll show you quickly what my gear is. Honestly, it's pretty crazy gear for what we had. We have chance guards. I've been farming every day, or almost every day, the beta. Yeah, actually every day. We got a couple Nagel rings. We got Zaris. Unfortunately, the boots are just... I can't find better boots right now. And then Ancient's Pledge. We made a lore that's our most recent addition. That's a lot of Countess farming. That's a lot of cubing to get up to a Soul Rune. But it's very good. And then we made a Stealth, and we found Maelstrom, which is like the best in slot for this character. So, and then on top of that, we also had the Grey Form that just dropped like right on our last run, which is pretty much best in slot for Mercenary with lifesteal and res and stuff like that. Just a kind of cold res helmet, and then we got Blood Thief. So, you know, we've been playing. I've been having fun. And I think it's still going to be fun no matter what. So, it's just the long term. I'm hoping that we see some changes. I'm hoping that we see the ladder launch and it's going to be good. Maybe we'll see content updates to make the game last longer. If there's no mod support. And if they do add mod support, then I think we're good to go, man. Like, this game has huge potential and I'm very excited for it still. It's just, be cautious, because there are some changes, and when they change these mechanics, I'm calling them bugs right now because I don't know their intentions. So we'll see what their intentions are, and you know, we'll see what happens. But you know, day 1 we did the level 30 grind with the druid. Day 2 or 3 we did another Zon 30 grind, and then it's just been magic finding, having fun. Even have a level 12 paladin, been fooling around with that. So I have been having fun. But hope you guys have enjoyed the beta for what it is. And if you haven't already, definitely go check out the beta that's going to be happening. It's going to be an open beta starting on the 20th of August. So go check that out. Thank you all for stopping in. Much love. You guys are beasts. Here we go, chat. Soul Rune! Hell yeah. Now we're just going to make an Ort Rune and we're good to go. And then we have lore. GG's. Off of the Countess? Dude, this is insane mercenary armor. This is insane mercenary armor. Life stolen per hit? So good. So good, dude. GG's. Alright, here we go. Ort. And Sol. We got a freaking lore, boys. We got a lore. We got a lore. That's awesome. That's a lot of Countess grinding, man.